Give us this day our daily bread. Here's the instruction. Go out each day and gather enough for that day. From Exodus, the narrative. Enough for that day. Stay with me. It's all going to come together in like 3 minutes. Stay with me. Enough for that day. Not that week, not that month, not that year. That day. Give us this day our daily bread. What have you anxiously, maybe like me, what have you anxiously picked up today that Jesus never asked you to carry? What have you picked up in your life that you're gathering? You're thinking ahead and you're gathering, worrying, and you're white-knuckling things and you're holding it close and you're getting frustrated and annoyed. And I'm talking from experience here, and you're bearing more than Jesus ever asked you to bear. You know what happens when we do that? In Scripture, if you read the narrative, the people gathered more manna than they were supposed to, and what happened? It turned stinky, maggots. It turned gross. The same thing happens to you and I when I take on things and I start hoarding my worries. What happens? My attitude starts stinking. People around me start smelling. Man, something's not right. He stepped in something that's not good. What is that? I'm bearing more. I'm taking on more than Jesus asked me to carry. See, life gets overwhelming. Here's the point I'm making. Life gets overwhelming when you take on more than the Lord asked you to pick up. Put it down and let it go. Maybe right now in the middle of what we're in, there's a little bit more than you and I have taken on in our mind than we've been called to. Maybe we're trying to solve problems that the Lord never asked us to solve. Maybe what we need to do is give us this day our daily bread. He wants to meet your need now, today, right in the middle of what you're in. And it's a test. This season that we're in is a test. Look at this. I will test them, God says. I will test them. On the 6th day, he says, prepare. It will turn out to be twice as much as their daily ration. On the 6th day, prepare. You see, Sabbath was a huge deal. What is Sabbath all about? Sabbath is about rest. And God says on the 6th day, you're going to gather, you're going to prepare. It's going to be twice as much so you can rest. The whole idea here is rest. Give us this day our daily bread. God doesn't want you picking up more than He's asked you to carry, because when we do that, we become overwhelmed and we don't rest. We get worked and we get anxious and we get worried and we get afraid. But here, all the way back in the meta-narrative of the Older Testament with Moses, he's saying it's a test. Here's the test. Here's the blessing in the test. There's a double portion blessing when you rest in the Lord. When we're obedient, when we trust, when we pick up what God has asked us to pick up, nothing more, nothing less, but give us this day our daily bread. There is blessing. There's a double portion blessing that comes along with that. Why? Because Jesus says, I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never go hungry. Whoever comes to me. Whoever has coffee with me. Whoever has hope-filled conversations with me, He's going to fill your soul. He's going to help you in ways God's going to do for you what you cannot do for yourself.